Welcome to Block 929. My name is Ted. Um, First of all, before we go any further with the video, I would like you to subscribe if it's your first time, and don't forget to like the video, share, and leave a comment. A few years ago, at least I can say 2 years ago, somebody challenged me. He was a physically challenged person. He challenged me to actually design a vehicle that can be used by people who are physically challenged. And it was like, for me, it was a challenge. So I accepted the challenge. And little did I know that it was going to be a journey full of learning and experiences. I started building this vehicle, and here is the vehicle. But now I had gone through all the challenges of building it and built the frame and did the suspension. But then I reached a roadblock, and the roadblock was a speed controller. After doing some research, I discovered that for me to be able to run this electric vehicle, I had to have a speed controller, because if I connected the motor with the batteries, the motor would just be running very fast. So I needed something that will help to reduce the speed when I wanted to increase the speed when I wanted to. So because I've been learning more about the electrical cars from the internet, I discovered that I needed this speed controller. I ordered a speed controller, and this speed controller was very small. So when we connected it to this car, at the moment we start trying to move the car with using the speed controller got toasted. And then somebody else designed one for me, but even though when we tried that one that he designed, it still couldn't go. It never worked. And then somebody bought another speed controller for me, which was about 60 amps. And when I brought it and I checked it, I looked at the motor, I found that our motor was about 80 amps. So I didn't even take a chance to use this controller. But now, because of building relationships on YouTube, more especially with the African Americans and Afro-British and Afro-Caribbean, it has given me an opportunity to know some people who have been willing to help. And it's once again KJ. He actually helped me with the previous time by acquiring 10 controllers, which are going to be used on the scooter, which is standing over there. But now, when I was talking about this vehicle, that I was struggling to get a controller, he said that I must give him the specifications of the controller that I wanted, because he was going to order for me. And indeed, KJ managed to order this controller for me. And there's also another African American lady who also offered to contribute. She contributed some money to this speed controller. So it's thanks to this lady. Thank you very much for contributing. And also thank you very much, KJ, for once again doing me a favor to get me this controller. So the controller has just arrived today. I just went to collect it. And I would like to open this controller now so that we see what's inside. Very, very excited because this is going to change everything now, because now we can be able to continue with this project and see if this car can be able to move. I'm actually shaking once again, opening this package. Okay, I think you have noticed that today's video I'm doing it from my personal garage. I'm not doing it from the workshop. This is my personal garage. That's where all the ideas are created. And this is where I spend my time thinking. So yeah, you have an opportunity today to be in my garage and watch me open this very important package. Wow, this box is very big, so the controller must be very big. I see there's a few packages inside. Wow, this must be a throttle. So you can see it's got even a throttle pedal that will be used, when you're accelerating the vehicle. Wow, this is very, very nice. All right, throttle cable with some of the connectors that comes with it. And now there's another package. I'm sure it's the actual controller now. Wow, such a big controller. KJ, wow. This is unbelievable. Look how massive this controller is. Wow. Now we can connect this to our vehicle, and then we can see how this vehicle is going to drive. KJ, God bless you for what you've done. Really, this is unbelievable. This is amazing. There's a saying that says, give a man a fish and you will feed him a day, but give him a fishing net and you will feed him for life. What you have done, KJ, is actually feeding me for life, because this is going to change a lot in the way we do things. This is going to put us on another level. And in fact, this is, let me put back this thing. Wow, this is unbelievable. I just can't believe it. Wow. And there is actually, I think, a manual that will show us how to connect this. Wow. This is unbelievable. I just don't know how to express my happiness and my appreciation. I just can't believe this. This is unbelievable. KJ, I think you are my brother for life. And I just can't wait to meet you. And I think we should work together in many projects, and one of them is going to be this one, because if this is going to materialize, it means that in the future we will be able to do a lot. We will be able to make different types of vehicles. There are vehicles that can be used by maybe ambulances, and also for people who are physically challenged, and many more functions. And that's what I wanted to actually also speak with my fellow Africans, to say that we must stop blaming our failures with blaming other people for our failures. We are actually our own barriers, because whatever we're failing to do is not because of somebody else, it's actually because of ourselves. We are in a mental slavery. But if we believe, that's when you are able to take this type of challenges, where you want to build something that is unimaginable, something that many people don't think or believe that an African person can do. So we should start learning, because when I refuse to believe when people say that we are failing to move forward in Africa because of the colonizers. I refuse to believe that, because I don't want to be one of those people that believes that my failures are because of somebody else that I've never met in my life and I've never seen in my life. If I fail today, I fail because I am failing, not because somebody or some white person is making me to fail. I believe I can do anything that a white person can do. I believe that if I put a mind into anything I want to do, I can achieve. I don't see any connection between my thinking, my brain, and the colonizers. When I was born, when I was growing up here in Malawi, the first time I actually came close to work together with the white people is when I was already over 20 years of age, when I was in South Africa. And in fact, the white people that I worked with is where I learned a lot of this. The first person, the white person that I worked with, his name was Klaus Robscher. He taught me a lot of things. He taught me a lot of things about engineering, because he was an engineer. All right. He showed me how to handle the drilling machine for the first time. And he showed me how to handle it the right way, of the way that I'm still using up to now. If I own a hand drill, I can keep it for many, many years. I see when I work with my guys here, if you give them a hand drill, they work with it only for 2 months and it's broken. No matter how you try to teach them how to handle a hand drill, they still don't want to accept it. They don't want to embrace how the new ways of doing things, and they always damage. But when I'm working with my hand drills, my equipment, it lasts many, many years because this white man class taught me how to handle the equipment. So I don't see where the connection, where it says my failures are actually supposed to be blamed I should blame the colonizers for that. Yes, there was bad things that happened in the past, but it shouldn't stop you from learning from other people because you think that you hate them for some other reasons. So let's start thinking, let's start understanding that what is making us failing to achieve whatever we want to achieve in life is because of the way we think, the way we see things. You know, I'm now learning, I'm doing more research about thinking and about how to use your mind when you are thinking. I'm learning about reasoning by analogy. What does it mean to reason by analogy? I'm also learning about first principle thinking. The first principle thinking is the kind of thinking that Elon Musk uses. I'm doing more research to learn more about this first principle thinking. I don't want to be thinking using the reasoning of analogy anymore. When you use that reason of analogy, you use your experiences that you had in the past to actually control how you think today. But when you're using the first principle thinking, you are actually going into reality to see where exactly the problem comes from. Where does it start and how to tackle that problem and how to deal with that problem. I'm starting to learn that I have to change the way I think, the way I see things if I want to move forward, if I want to progress. If I want to be able to build a car, I have to start knowing, to understand how does a car work. I'm not supposed to say I can't be able to build a car because the colonizers actually manipulated my brain so that I cannot think to be able to build my own vehicle. I don't want to think like that. So I am very glad that today there's YouTube, and YouTube has introduced to some of my friends, like some of our fellow diasporan friends, like KJ. KJ is actually a very good man. He has bought this controller for me. I want to show it to you again. I mean, last time when I showed you the controller, it was a smaller one, but look at how massive this thing is. This is the brain of the electrical vehicle. You are looking at a future African mask here. Somebody, an African that's going to build electrical cars, and this is going to happen. So you just keep on following me, just subscribe to the channel so that you don't lose any of the updates that I'm going to do. You don't lose a little bit of the progress that I'm going to make, because now this is the future. The future is now. Africa is starting to rise. We are working together to push Africa, we are going to change the way people think. Now, because I don't have any degree. I have never went to university, but I believe that I'll be able to produce an electric car. So subscribe to the video, to this channel, and don't forget to share the video, like, and also leave a comment. I want to hear what you think about this. Thank you very much, KJ.